Sports checks in with our loyal viewers with the broadcast from Washington, the home of the Wizards. Kevin Harlan here with Doris Burke and David Aldridge. Thorns Pelicans in their last game losing to the New York Knicks. Here's Siakam. Now Young. Pass to Robinson. No good from Durant. Draymond Green obviously gives you a lot of things, Doris, but what really jumps out on the stat sheet are the assists he picks up.
I think Draymond Green would tell you that it's helpful to have terrific scorers around you. But what this young guy does have is incredible vision, an unselfish and focused mindset. Draymond Green is an asset to any organization.
Now, here is Young. He's averaging a bit over 5 points a game. Durant for three. Still looking for his first make after that miss. He's 0 for 2. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It's going to be on Trae Young. Pelicans shooting their first free throws. First trip to the line in this one.
And last season, 77% from the line. They could easily get the job done there.
Pass to Robinson. Stolen by Harden. And the jam by Harden.
And I just love how aggressive Harden is inside. When he's deep like that, he is ready to finish with authority.
It's stolen by Green. And Durant. Around now. And Durant gets it to go.
Well, we know Kevin Durant can score from all 3 levels. That one a chippy for him.
Pass to Harden. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. That's on Evan Fournier. And James Harden was crowned MVP after last season. Greg, hard to argue with that selection.
Harden has had a case to win an MVP award for several years now. Finally was able to be the clear choice this past season. Another great line on what is shaping up to be a Hall-worthy resume.
Fournier gets a wide-open look. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
Well, you love the leap that Fournier has taken in this area. This guy a very dangerous shooter. He's fighting it in this quarter. Hasn't been able to get into any sort of groove.
Durant, that's good.
Heating up early on. This is exactly how he wanted to start the night.
You're right. I mean, he's found his rhythm early. The defense has got to do a better job guarding him from this point on.
And it's Justice Winslow with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in.
Defense is all about anticipation, and he had perfect anticipation on that pass and comes away with the steal.
Harden. And he uses the glass on the layup. Harden's got 8.
Yeah, I love watching Harden be aggressive inside. One of the most efficient scorers in our game.
And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Collins.
Ouch, that's a wasted possession. Got to shake it off and forget it happened, guys.
Now, here is Young. Bangs home the trifecta.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agenda.
Harden's shot is good.
What a phenomenal quarter from the field. A great shooting percentage, excellent shots. This is really well done.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Well, he just gets ahead of himself and throws it away, right? You've got to have better focus.
The Wizards with the lead. They get a hand on it. Pass to Young. Stolen by Winslow.
And it's another James Harden special we're witnessing here tonight. I think this fella's got some game. So close to getting the steal there, but the deflection equally as effective.
Right. I mean, that's solid defense. At the very least, you like seeing them muck it up and make things difficult.
That's the 6th make from the field. He's taken 9 shots and missed but 3. When it comes to filling in the rest of a roster, pieces around your star players, what qualities you think these teams are looking for, or would you be looking for in a role player?
Well, I think one of the first things you have to think about, or what are the best attributes of my stars? So is my star a great driver creator? Then I need to put great shooters around him to have playmaking abilities. But the other part of a role player is you've got to be willing to do the dirty work, to sacrifice the headlines and dig in on the defensive end, to absorb the best matchup of the opponent every night. And that means sometimes you're going to get scored on 5-6 times in a row. That's how good the offensive players in the league are. So there are many qualities, but those are just a couple off the top of my head, Kev.
It's stolen by Green. Another one falls for New Orleans.
Well, you love to watch Draymond Green work on the defensive end. His activity seems to create opportunities for his teammates.
Now here is Smith. No points in the game yet for him. Buries it from 3-point range.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Back to Harden. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. Washington trailing. Smith for 3. And again, Washington with the triple.
Out of their last 5 makes, how about all 5 from long range?
Here's Chandler. The tray. And James Harden hits from deep. Harden's got 19 points.
And he's starting to show that killer instinct this quarter, looking to extend the lead.
And there's a whistle. That's going to go on James Harden. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. Now here's Durant. He's got 8. From deep. From beyond the arc and then some. Durant's got 11 points.
12 straight points off of 3-pointers, and the D looks shell-shocked.
About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Durant with the steal. Here's Young. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. Young's got his 2nd basket of the night.
And that's how to make an impact with defense. Once the steal is made, you know they're going to be scattered.
Boy, that's high-impact defense in the lane, standing tall to deny the easy bucket.
And so it's Kevin Durant making headlines and highlights for the Washington Wizards. We witnessed him delivering a series of 3-pointers. Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from the Wizards, guys.
Well, I mean, they just got hot early from beyond the arc, and we'll just have to wait and see if they can keep that going.
You just try to keep riding this wave, right? They've been absolutely dominant from 3-point territory.
Inside, Harden gets the bucket. Harden's got the 2nd quarter going with the first basket of the period for New Orleans. Washington with the ball. Following this one, they get to host the Rockets. That'll be the latter half of this two-game homestand. And then Durant with the dunk.
You can really tell when Kevin Durant is in the flow because his scoring looks like it's second nature. He's going to go down as one of the all-time best.
They are just killing him on the interior.
And the foul on Harden. That's his third foul of the game. No good on the quick three.
3 triples in the second.
Well, that's just taking your eyes off the target before releasing the pass. Very careless.
And
well, many believed, Kevin, they were too talented to finish as the 8th seed. And when you finish as the 8th seed, you play the top seed. So they lose to Toronto in the first round. There's still a ton of talent here, but lots left to prove.
Again, New Orleans turns it over.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
Nice ball movement by Washington. And it's Nogueira missing.
His high percentage shot right at the rim, and he's wondering what happened. Well, he's taking a lot of pressure off the other players right now with how well he's shooting it.
Now here is Smith. And so it looks like the Wizards will retain possession here. They swipe it. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Draymond Green is a former Defensive Player of the Year, and he remembers his motivation. They said I fell in the draft because what position would I guard? I'll never forget that. I'm comfortable guarding any position. When I'm playing against big guys, I battle even harder. You have to prove a point. I won't be a pushover. Kevin?
Yeah, he never backs down. Thanks, David. And the foul on Harden. That will get him his 4th foul of the game.
And still early in the period, and they're only 1 foul away from being over the limit. And we've just seen them make mistakes on back-to-back trips. Both those turnovers could have been avoided. And James Harden, last season's MVP, the runner-up in 2015, actually won the players' vote for MVP that season. But last season, he took home the official hardware.
And with James Harden winning the MVP in 2018, Russell Westbrook in 2017, Kevin Durant in 2014, you think a few what-ifs right now in Oklahoma City?
A few, more than that, Kevin. I mean, probably tough for them all to win MVP playing on one team. A good shot at a different trophy, though, maybe the one that starts with the name of Larry. More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might tell the story in this game.
And he banks in the layup. Harden's got the lead up to 5 now for New Orleans.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks. And that's foul number 2. Maybe you don't sit him at this point, but you really have to be careful to not pick up another beforehand.
You get a little glimpse into the mindset of Evan Fournier. This guy will do whatever it takes to win.
Here's Harden. Rebound, Washington.
Affecting the shot in a big way there. Excellent defense.
Well, you talk about getting into the space of the shooter. This is how you defend the paint.
And Kevin, the knack for the offensive rebound, a big part of what makes this guy special.
Not to mention, Greg, his ability to finish with strength, just like that.
You know, it's an invaluable asset to have. He's as tenacious down there as anyone.
Here's Robinson. The shot off that time. And it's the Pelicans taking it the other way. Harden, no good. Wizards trail by 3. Fournier in the corner. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
They're so adept at sizing up the defense, guys. You cannot give Fournier.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
And the Pelicans making a change here. .149 left to play here in the second quarter. But they'll get another chance. Here's Durant. Second shot opportunity. They get the rebound. Outside Robinson. Pass to Young. 6 on the shot clock. And another shot. And that one off the back of the rim and in. Guys, 7 times the lead has changed hands here now.
Yeah, and that number should easily top double figures before it's over.
And there's the 3-second call, this one on the defense. New Orleans shooting their 7th attempt at the foul line in this one. And the technical free throw is good.
And I'll tell you, as competitive as they come, and the young fella wants to win so badly, sometimes that emotion really comes out.
And that one misses. And you know, Greg, it's amazing the impact Young makes, especially, of course, on the offensive end.
High-level shot maker, a threat the moment he crosses half court. Instinctive playmaker, just needs to play more within himself and avoid over-dribbling.
Siakam far from the most skilled player on the floor, but Dorsey finds minutes through his hustle.
This guy has got one of the highest motors in the league. He can leak out in transition, finish in the open floor. I'll tell you, this is a jolt of caffeine in a power forward's body.
There's Winslow, and the dunk by Winslow.
And that's how it's done. I mean, find that hole in the D and then go hard to the rack.
Maybe that hole was a little bigger than it should have been.
Yeah, with the score this close, guys, I am shocked at the lack of defensive aggressiveness. That has to be shored up. Just a cold shooting night. Needs to try to make it into the basket.
It's good. And it's a 6-point Pelican lead.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
And it's Justice Winslow with the foul. So that will be his second foul of the game. We're in the bonus. We'll go to the line to shoot 2.
And working, Kevin, themselves to the line here in the second. A nice way to get your offense going. And nobody, guys, among the defenders stepping up to challenge him on that drive to the 10.
And, Greg, he says, thank you very much, and sails in for the flush.
Yeah, you know, they may have gotten the feeling he would dish it off, but he had a surprise for them.
Here's Harden, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Harden's got the lead up to 8 now for New Orleans.
This is ridiculous. Can you remember the last time they missed?
I really can't. They're on fire. Seems like they cannot miss.
And so it's New Orleans. Bucks, 1 half to go. Pelicans leading by 8. And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
And had the right idea there in calling for the screen, but he was just slow to get to the spot and didn't get set.
Yeah, just a matter of he needs to be there a split second earlier. Not much room for error when you're setting a screen.
Durant, that's good. Doris, statistically, today's game is picked apart by so many different ways. But for you, what are the statistical areas that you are most interested in?
Well, I think one of the things that can be undervalued, particularly from the defensive side of the ball, are things like deflections or charges taken or even shots contested. And I say those things, Kevin, because deflections force an offense to restart. Charges taken gets a possession for your team. And shots contested affects, obviously, the field goal percentage of the team you're guarding. So it's all of those little defensive stats that you really have to track and be monitoring to understand the value that they have on winning.
Very interesting. Here's Siakam. Out to Smith. Misses the left iron.
And something we always talk about, though, shot selection.
Yeah, that's not it around to get a better opportunity.
Nice pass here to set that basket up.
Pass to Durant. Cauley Stein grabs the board. Pelicans leading by 5. And the jam by
look as you can really get.
And the jam by Harden.
You know you can count on Draymond Green to make good decisions. This guy comes up with a lot of terrific assists.
Now here's Winslow. He's got 6. Pass to Harden. Winslow's got the lead back up to 9 now for the Pelicans. Here's Smith. Back to Cook. Smith right side. Nice ball movement by Washington. Here's Harden. And Harden with the stuff.
Yeah, just constantly attacking the paint. Harden does not settle.
So timeout called here, the first for Washington.
And Draymond Green, an extremely vocal leader. He's in his teammates' ears, always trying to keep them on edge, also in his opponent's ears as well. And then there's the official. He tends to like to get in their ears as well.
So both teams making some changes here. A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. Young with the ball. He's got 5. Outside for Durant. Back to Young. And Draymond Green, Greg, has been among the league leader in technicals. If you're one of his teammates or his coach, do you try to get him to dial it back?
You know, his greatest strength can probably also be his greatest weakness. That fire and motivation, really second to none. But I'd be careful not to hamper that enthusiasm.
Well, Evan Fournier is a fundamentally sound player. And if his teammates are open, he will deliver the rock.
Diallo, no good.
And battling hard on the glass, they hold the advantage here so far.
New Orleans leading by 9. Lynn looking it over. Little under 2.5 minutes off the clock now here in the third. Harden, no good.
Yeah, good interior D there prevents the
Going in, love the open looks like that.
and really they had the play all set up there and it just breaks down.
I can't believe they didn't pull that one off. Everything seemed there. They've got to be upset with themselves.
Yeah, good job to take it right at the beach.
The Wizards have made 5 of 8 of their free throw attempts. Good on both. And here are the Pelicans now. They've led by as many as 11 points. And again, no good by New Orleans.
He's cold from deep. 0 threes in the second half after hitting just 1 in the first.
Count it.
Well, Kevin Durant is now able, because of increased strength and physical ability, able to absorb contact and play through it.
Count that one. 44 points for James Harden.
Absolutely fearless. I mean, a nice subtle adjustment there going up against Wynn.
And to me, that's all about the body control, right, Greg? I mean, he does such a stellar job sizing up his man and drains it despite having the size on him.
Down low. And the jam by Harden.
Well, we know this. Jeremy Lin knows how to run an offense. His ability to find the open man uncanny.
Durant for three.
And still looking for his first triple of the second half. And I love the just as dominant.
Well, there's no doubt this guy's on a hot streak right now. That's why he keeps getting the ball in this one. They're like, hey, we're going to feed the hot hand. Knocks that one down. 4 triples for the night. 3 in the first half.
Kept alive. Tries again. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And Harden finished second in MVP voting in 2017. Won the MVP in 2018. A multi-talented combo guard who just seems to get better every season.
And Washington making a change here. And for Trae Young, it's a little unfair that he's already being compared to Steph Curry.
Scouts are always going to look for comparisons. And I'm not saying Young is Curry, but many of the strengths and weaknesses are similar. The size and athleticism, the insane range, and both have that it factor.
And there's the call on Chandler. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Young. He has 5. Pass to Durant. From outside the arc. Chandler with the rebound.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And he gets the bucket.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
Washington calls timeout.
Well, I mean, he needs to talk to his guys. The interior defense has been horrific.
Absolutely no rim protection whatsoever. At this point, the other team is walking all over them on the inside.
So both teams changing it up here. Washington calls timeout. You gotta like what Harden has done in this game so far.
Well, you wonder if with this timeout they're going to shake things up defensively, because everything they've thrown at him to this point has not worked. He's on a roll.
They're going to turn it over. They couldn't get it in bounds that time.
And really, this is where efficiency matters. Value every possession.
You simply have to make smart decisions. You're only hurting yourself with these miscalculations.
They're going to turn it over. They couldn't get it in bounds that time. There's 14 seconds left to play in the third. Knocked away. Pass to Nogueira. Back to Durant. In the corner, Cook with it. The 3 ball. That one, no good. James Harden getting it done for the... And we reach the 4th quarter in a game maybe already out of hand. Wizards trail by 12. It's Durant on the wing. Over Allen. And that misses badly. Air ball. And James Harden good for 3. Harden's got the 4th quarter started here with a bucket for New Orleans. Nice ball movement by Washington. And the jam by Harden.
And so far, they have been in complete control of this one. Just a well-rounded effort on the road.
Really just sheer dominance, going into enemy territory and flat out taking over this one.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
The shot's good from Fournier.
Well, exceptional at giving you that extra burst necessary on the drive. That's pretty.
And the Pelicans get it back. Harden outside. Another shot. And he lays it up and in. Harden's got 60.
Continuing to push the action and build this lead.
You can tell they've got their foot on the gas pedal right now. No slowing down. The defense starting to look helpless. Wow, what a crafty player. Gets it done anyway.
No good. And the Wizards now. Harden surveying the D. Unloads. Robinson with the block. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Pelicans will retain possession. Shot clock at 6. Pass to Kawhi Leonard. Count it. Good. And the Pelicans lead by 20.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Durant in the corner. Westbrook in winning league MVP honors, Doris. Had those three stayed together in Oklahoma City, is there any doubt in your mind that they would have won at least one NBA championship?
Well, you think back to the time they worked together, and they did go to an NBA Finals and ended up being eliminated by LeBron James and the Miami Heat. So obviously, you like the opportunity they would have had to go to more. And let's give a little credit to the great GM of the Oklahoma City franchise, Sam Presti, who is responsible for the drafting of 3 MVP candidates. That in and of itself is quite remarkable. But you know this, Kevin. Success and failure, there is such a fine line. And there's a tenuous nature to things. An injury at the wrong time. So many times this trio was tripped up by an untimely situation. So, I mean, if they stay together, yes, you like their chances, but this is why history states otherwise.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
It's Fournier on the wing. And stolen by Kawhi Leonard. Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Harden right side. Collins.
2 points.
Great pass to set up the lay-in.
I love this approach. Despite the lead, still attacking, adding fuel to the fire.
They are absolutely relentless right now, Greg. There's no end in sight. They are going for it.
And they're just dominating on both ends. And it's reflected now in the score.
Oh, absolutely, Greg. They're absolutely rolling in sync totally on both the offensive and defensive ends.
Oh, great effort there. That's how you defend the paint.
Well, that's just stellar interior defense. You can't ask for anything more than that.
And really scored most of their points, but he can't score them all, guys. He's going to have to get somebody else to step up.
And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. And when you watch Collins play, Greg, you just can't help but notice how athletic he is going to the rim.
Man, his hang time and ability to throw it. Finisher inside. Very efficient because he's not only a strong finisher, but also enjoys attacking the rim. And does a great job, I think, of picking up misses. Just being a pest for the defense. And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
fantastic anticipation. Then he shows major explosiveness converting at the other end.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Pelicans.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And during the long NBA season, each contest important here tonight. Tonight's win will give them 4 on the season.
And with the win approaching, they'll take the first game here of 2 that they'll play against this team. Nice to get that first one out of the way and set the tone.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for James Harden.
Boy, what a tremendous display of offensive firepower. It mattered not the size, the type of defender they put on him. He made easy work of it.
Clock at 6.
And if you want to drive your coach crazy, this is a good place to start.
That is a ridiculous shot. I have zero idea why he would even attempt it at this point in the game.
And he makes the first.
Well, you're playing right into Kevin Durant's hands when you put him at the free throw line. This guy has always been terrific at the charity stripe.
Here is Harden. Something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
And that'll do it, folks.